This is Sunita Mishra. So as you know that we are studying the chapter Matter in Our Surroundings, and we studied the various topics in this chapter. We have studied the different properties of the matter. We have studied the classification of matter. Now I am going to teach you the change of state of matter. That means how a matter changes. It is state from one stage to another. Now, you know that matter can exist in three physical states. And what are they? They are solid state, liquid state and gaseous or vapor state. Now, for example, water exists as a solid in the form of ice, as a liquid in the form of water and as a gas in the form of steam or water vapor. Now, we can change the physical state of matter by two ways. That means the solid, liquid and gas that can be changed by adopting the two ways. And what are those? They are by changing the temperature and second by changing the pressure. Now when we say that we can change the state of matter by changing the temperature, that means the state of matter can be changed by heating or cooling it. That means either you have to increase the temperature or decrease the temperature and the state of the matter can be changed. But when we are saying that we are changing the state of pressure, changing the state of matter by changing the pressure, we mean that we have to increase or decrease the pressure. Okay. So these are the things by which we can change the state of matter. And what are they? They are temperature and another is the pressure. Now first I am going to tell you that what is the effect of change of temperature on the state of matter. Now by increasing the temperature, a solid can be converted into the liquid state and the liquid can be converted into the vapor state. And by decreasing the temperature, that means by cooling, if you are going to cool, then what will happen? A gas can be converted into a liquid state and a liquid can be converted into the solid state. Okay, now I am going to tell you one by one the processes which are coming under these circumstances. Like first I am going to tell you that what the process is called when a solid is going to change into liquid. Now when a solid is going to change into liquid, then that process is known as the melting. Okay, now how can you define a melting? So the process in which a solid substance changes into a liquid on heating is called the melting and or fusion. That means we called melting as fusion also. Now you see the temperature at which a solid substance melts and changes into a liquid at atmospheric pressure is called the melting point of the substance. Like when ice melts at a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius, then we say that 0 degrees Celsius is the melting point of the ice. Okay. Now different solids have different melting points. Every substance has their own melting points. For example, the melting point of ice is 0 degree. In the similar way, the melting point of wax is 63 degrees Celsius, whereas the melting point of iron is 1535 degrees Celsius. Now you see that the melting point of iron is very high. Why? Because iron is a solid. That's why its melting point is very high. Now the melting point of a solid is a measure of the force of attraction between the particles, that means atoms or molecules. That means this much temperature has to require to break the intermolecular forces of these particles. Okay. Now in the similar way we can define how a liquid can be changes to a gaseous state, and this process is known as the boiling or vaporization. Now we have to define this process, and how can we define that? The process in which a liquid substance changes into a gas rapidly on heating is called the boiling. Okay. Now here also there are certain temperatures, as like the melting point is a temperature at which any solid is started to melt. In the similar way, the boiling point is the temperature. At that temperature, any liquid started to boil. Okay, and again, every liquid has its own boiling point. Like water, it has a boiling point of 100 degrees Celsius. Then alcohol, it has a boiling point of 78 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point of mercury is 357 degrees Celsius. So you see, the mercury is of the highest boiling point. Now again, the boiling point of a liquid is a measure of the force of attraction between its particles, and higher the boiling point of a liquid, greater will be the force of attraction between the particles. For example, how the mercury is very high boiling point, this means the force of attraction between the particles of mercury is very strong, and that's why we required a very large temperature, very high temperature, not large, very high temperature, to break the bonding or to break the forces between the particles. So I will finish up to this, tell you in my next class.